You're listening to Snippets from the Summit with your host, Scott McKay.
How's it going, gentlemen? This is your main man, Scott McKay, and you are tuned in to yet another episode of Snippets from the Summit as part of the Mountaintop podcast from X&Y Communications. Yeah, you probably read the somewhat humorous title and you're wondering what I'm going to talk about. Yep, we're talking about reverse simping. Now, you guys know what simping is. Simping is a term that was developed, I don't know, man, it's probably been a decade and a half by certain guys in the PUA world to refer to a guy who basically begs and grovels and saws off his balls at the altar of trying to attract women, trying to gain women's approval. In effect, it's trying to be less than manly in an attempt to attract a woman. And you guys know as well as I do that masculinity is what attracts women. So as a quick review, what is masculinity all about? Well, it's making women feel safe and comfortable and protected. How do you make a woman feel that way? Well, a great way not to do it is to be all about the sex, just trying to get laid. That's a lot like when you're really a rich guy and women are all about your money. You're not going to be feeling so warm and cozy about bestowing your riches upon that woman and giving her whatever she's asking for if she comes at you with that kind of entitlement mentality. Nope, gentlemen. Similarly, when it comes to sex, if you have an entitlement mentality towards women, hey, what do I have to do to get laid here? What's going to cause this woman to have sex with me? Typically, women are going to act in a predictably human psychological manner to that. It's not gender specific. They're going to go, oh, hell no. You're not making me feel welcomed. You're not making me feel like you care about me as a person. You just see me as a masturbation tool representative of a transaction you'd like to close with me. You hear guys talking about closing the deal, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so how does all that pertain to what I'm calling reverse simping? Well, we know what men typically think of as simping, right? We've already talked about that. The reverse of simping would be attempting to do the exact opposite of that which sounds or feels like being a simp to a guy, but in reality, you're kind of coming off to women at least, or women especially, as more of a simp instead of less than one. So a great example of this in real time came when I saw a Facebook ad the other day, which featured a gentleman, a middle-aged gentleman, who was a professional who had a young woman who appeared to be about 20 or 21 in his office. And the young woman was absolutely gorgeous, of course, and just appeared to have a very sunny personality, actually, frankly, appeared to be very sweet, and I'm a pretty good judge of those things, a kind heart, and, of course, you guessed it, massive boobies and an unbelievable waist-to-hip ratio, and she was just smoking hot all over. Very sexy girl. So as far as the comments are concerned, you probably already figured this out. Very few of them had anything to do with the actual subject matter that the video was covering. Everybody was saying things like, I have no idea what they were talking about. All I saw was the girl. And several men complimented her on her beautiful, radiant smile and how she had the personality to match her looks. And all of that seemed very true. A couple of guys commented on how rare that seems nowadays, that she would be actually sweet and heartfelt and just as beautiful at the same time. Well, about fully half of the other guys who commented pounced on those men for being simps. Like, what a wuss. What a girly man. You mean you're not noticing her boobies and her ass and you don't want to just pound her into oblivion? And they were going all caveman style on these guys for, well, having a holistic view of this woman's worth above and beyond her milk bags and her ass. Now, here's what I know about those guys who thought they were being so macho to call the other half of the guys simps. They're probably not getting any at all. It's all talk and probably literally no action. Why? Because women don't want to be taken advantage of like that. Now, I'm not here saying that anybody who's going around commenting about a woman's looks with his tongue hanging out on a Facebook post or an Instagram post or a TikTok video like that is getting anywhere with women in general, okay? I think most of the guys who are generally successful with women don't really go there. And we can talk about that on another snippet from the summit. But the important part today is, guys, if you look at a woman and you find intrinsic worth in her above and beyond her body parts, and yes, that would include the radiance of her smile, the sweetness of her personality and how much you like her voice or how much you like how her eyes glow when she smiles, whatever it is, even if it's still based on her appearance, it's going to get you a lot further with a woman than simply saying, oh, it's all about her gazungas or her nice ass, as if you're Brendan Fraser playing Encino Man, right? Guys, here's an extra bonus, okay? Don't post on social media about a woman's looks anyway, especially if you're groveling about this woman's looks as if you've never seen a female human being before. Okay, that's step one, all right? Got that? Second of all, hey, if you are one of the few and the proud men out there, and I mean, 50% of the guys just on that thread were in the opposite direction, so start doing the math. You got 50% of these guys beat if you are anywhere near close to what I'm about to talk about in terms of your demeanor towards women. Appreciate who a woman is. Appreciate her personality. Appreciate that warm glow of her femininity through her smile or how she moves. Whatever you appreciate about her, do that in addition to appreciating her for her body parts, and save your admiration for her body parts until she gets naked in front of you. That would be a great idea. What do you gain by doing this? Well, you gain the whole world, basically. You'll have women love you and adore you, and they'll know you are different because, first, you actually come off as if you like and appreciate women. Second of all, and this is the clincher, you'll come off to women as a guy who knows what he's doing, knows his way around women, and has a lot of positive experience with women. And guess what, gentlemen? Human nature says people buy on the approval of others. Boom, you're better with women immediately. Want to talk about this or anything else? Scott at mountaintoppodcast.com. Be good out there.
As always, visit mountaintoppodcast.com for more.